YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back. HeirofCarthage here in Total War Warhammer 2, again in the Silence and Fury DLC. I'm going to do another unit focus here. This one's going to be around the Coatl unit, which is a flying single-entity monster that was added to the Lizardmen roster. And there is a Regiment of Renown version of it too, which is the Spirit of Teapot. And it's very interesting. This is an interesting, it's a melee and support unit. It's mid-tier armor, coming in at 70. Pretty good leadership and speed, both at 80. And then you have melee attack of 40, but it's a magical attack. If this thing gets into anything ethereal, it's really going to do some damage. Or if it's units with physical resistance, this thing's going to do some big damage. It has 395 weapon strength, 48 melee defense. Let's break that weapon strength down. 280 is armor piercing, so pretty solid armor piercing capability. And then it has a 40 charge bonus. Now, the most interesting part of the Coatl unit, though, is the bound spells that it comes with. Lesser chain lightning, so it's a little bit less powerful chain lightning. But this could be really good if you get into the appropriate blob. And then it comes with 2 Iranan's Thunderbolts that are 90 seconds apart. As far as other things, it has Master of the Sacred Places, which basically is, it's an aura. It's all around itself and its allies. It can't target a flying unit, but if this unit is flying, it adds the Stalk ability to any allies that are into the range underneath it. So it's a support unit not only in the sense that it has spells, but it can hide units underneath it as it flies. So you can use it to hide anything. Dinosaurs, lords. I mean, it is really cool what you can do with this in terms of being able to hide some info from your enemy. It does cause terror, fear. It's a siege attacker. It has magic resistance, which will help it some. And then it has a lot of missile resistance too. So it's fairly missile resistant, but it has lower armor and stuff. So like I said, it's not going to be invulnerable, but it'll be a tough unit when it gets into melee. Now, the Spirit of Teapot, as far as what makes it different when you get over here, it has a banishment bound to it, and then it has 2 Shield of Thorns, so different spells bound to it. These spells are going to add physical resistance and weapon damage, and then the banishment is going to be a pretty brutal vortex spell there too. It still has Master of the Sacred Places, so it can help things stalk, but it's basically just a change of spells, and then of course it's a level 9. I think these units are going to be best used against well-armored infantry or cavalry that are not specifically anti-large. It could find uses in other situations, but to demonstrate kind of what this unit's good at, I brought a big blob of armored Chaos Warriors, and we're going to show how they stack up and what I think is the best scenario for them. So the battle has, I've got it started here, and I wanted to give you a good close-up on these units so you can see them, get a feel for what they look like, have their unit card pulled up. This is the standard Coatl unit here. Absolutely beautiful unit model in terms of the coloring. Makes me wish I had like a tabletop miniature painted up like this. That would look absolutely awesome. So really cool animations. You see the lightning going all around it, and this little aura below it, you can see kind of that misty aura. That's the aura in which it will hide other units. They themselves, of course, are not hidden because they're flying. It can't hide flyers. And this is the Regiment of Renown, Spirit of Teapot here with the kind of cool rainbow colors going on it. Here's the bound spells you can see available to it. Again, there's a cooldown on the multiple use spells, so that will take some time. Let's get these units moving and I'll let you see their speed and capabilities. They're going to be best used, like I said, against an infantry blob, and I'll demonstrate that by kind of getting a blob going with one of the units and then letting the other one see if they can blob bust it. Now, the AI is not going to cooperate as much as I would like and just automatically blob everything, but I think if I start running an attack, I'll be able to do the blob busting. And see, look at the support unit capabilities, so see, I can go ahead and start buffing this Coatl unit here. And the blob is getting started. See, that gives a nice bonus, and I mean, we've already got 10 kills. And again, ideally, you're going to want to just build up a blob. I could bring Coatl up here to help build up a blob too, because they'll really go for my lord. Alright. Chaos Warriors are kind of just ignoring me. If I bring Coatl up and get him into the fight, I believe they'll blob up better, and we can demonstrate some of the best use cases for their... Yep, there we go. So now Coatl's here. They'll definitely want to get involved in this fight. Let's go ahead and fast forward for a minute, let all these guys commit. And see, once you do get a nice blob like this, this is your opportunity to take these bound spells and make the difference, right? See the damage it does here. pretty big damage. So that unit right there just picked up 20 kills without even having to be involved in the fight. And then this other one, let's demonstrate the lesser chain lightning spell. This one's going to be a little harder to get it off in a good position, but you can drop it almost right on top of your unit, which means that using this unit to cause the blob and then punish the blob is definitely a viable strategy. You can see that chain lightning did a lot of damage there too. And of course we have this Bound to Renan's Thunderbolt too. So yeah, these units are definitely capable in this type of fight. This unit's already got 60 kills. This one has 20. Coatl's the one who's not happy in this fight. But this will just kind of give you an example of their capability. Like I said, in what I think is a good fight for them. This one's gained a chevron and a half already. This is a lot of Chaos Warriors, of course, so I don't necessarily expect this unit to come up against this many multiple infantry units and just absolutely slaughter them. But, I mean, you can see that they are being pretty effective. They are being pretty effective indeed. I'm going to hide Coatl from the Chaos Warriors here just so we can see how much damage we can get done. Obviously, if you had, you know, a spellcaster with Lore of Life, they could help heal these units, keep them alive even longer, do even more damage. Look, this unit's got 2 chevrons already just from killing this armored infantry. They don't have the highest armor themselves. Like I said, it's more mid-tier at 70. So they're not going to just be invulnerable titans that take down whole armies, but they're fun units, they're fun support units, and like I said, in what I consider to be the right scenario right there, they get some very nice damage done. I'm not going to test these guys in a whole lot of other scenarios, just because I feel like this one was the most relevant. So that was 1528 value and 1479, so let's go back and check their price points and see how that compares. And yeah, not quite enough to match their price points here. So you may need to do a little better with them. These guys were alone with absolutely no help, right? So they didn't have any infantry support. So I expect these units to do better, obviously, when you have that infantry support and when you get the best use of those vortex spells, right? So it's an interesting unit. Fun flyer, really cool looking unit model. Like, so if I had to say my favorite things about it, I really like the unit model, the way that it looks. I think it has really neat animations. Interesting support function it adds to the army in order to be able to help hide more units. So the Lizardmen can do some interesting Vanguard shenanigans between the skinks and the Coatl hiding things underneath it. So I mean, you could definitely pull off some odd shenanigans with this. So I think it's an interesting addition to the Lizardmen roster. What do you all think of this unit? Do you think it's useful? Do you think it's too niche? Do you think it's too weak, too strong? I just, again, curious to see what you all think. Get some discussion going down there in the comments. Let me know what you think. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Hope you all enjoyed this one.